am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foslick, Jean Cosplay, and tonight we're back again with you guys with Better Call Saul, episode 5 of season 2.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
Last episode, Mike went after Tuco, sort of, because he was working with Ignacio who wanted to kill Tuco. But Mike got a better idea. An idea that gave him just half the price of what he was offered. But it's still quite a lot of money, and he didn't kill anyone. And now Tuco is probably going to end up in prison, which will lead to Breaking Bad.
Skripit learn about him and talk to him.
So there you have it. And he was beat up pretty bad, so... But he's got money, so there's that.
And Jimmy tried to fix his mistakes and help Kim, like you said, because she's in the basement, literally.
Howard feels like he's been played, like he's put his faith into Kim and Jimmy, and now he looks like a fool, so now he's kind of fighting back. Like, he sent her down, and she doesn't want Jimmy to do anything about it because he's already done enough. And he decided to go after Chuck and be like, if I can talk to Howard, I'm going to talk to Chuck. And they had a pretty intense conversation in which Jimmy was basically forcing Chuck to commit a felony. And he was like, yeah, roll in dirt with me. Be like a scumbag like you think I am. And just force me to quit the law and help Kim. I don't think he will do it, but at this point, I feel like Jimmy doesn't really want to stay in this job. Like, it's not what... He prefers to help Kim out. Like, he likes his relationship with Kim more than he likes his job. And it's really sad to see just how lost he is in all of this. It's like he doesn't know what he wants. Jesus. Anyway, let's see how Kim does. Let's see how she manages to maybe go back on top.
Alright.
Let's go. I'm eating a panda biscuit. It's a very cute panda biscuit. I'm eating it because I'm really tired today and I need to wake up. Sorry.
That's before.
Yep.
He had a wife.
You had. You think she left because of his problem?
Or maybe she's the cause of the problem.
The Schubert is coming along. I apologize in advance. Let's just say he's something of an acquired taste.
Oh, how bad can he be?
Well, just in case, let's have a high sign. You do this, and I'll say I have briefs to read, and we'll get rid of them.
All right, whatever you want. So, tell us about your first week at Hamlin McGill.
It was great. I mean, they got me working in the mailroom, which you got to start somewhere. Nice folks, guys and gals. Well, gal, singular, actually. I learned everyone's name, and I licked a ton of stamps. My tongue is like hamburger meat. I mean, seriously.
I can't help but feel that they're uneasy.
I think that Chuck is uneasy, not his wife.
I actually love how he's acting here. He's social.
All right. What's the difference between a vacuum cleaner and a lawyer on a motorcycle? The vacuum cleaner has a dirt bag on the inside. What do you get when you cross the Godfather with a lawyer? An offer you can't understand.
Very clever.
Never heard that one. Well, believe me.
True.
Nothing but the utmost respect. What's the difference between a tick and a lawyer?
Oh, no.
The tick falls off when you're dead. Bam! Love that one. You like that?
He wants to make it look more like ease.
He feels the uneasiness, but Chuck is not happy.
How many lawyers does it take to change a light bulb? Classic setup here. 3. 1 to climb the ladder, 1 to shake it, and 1 to sue the ladder company.
Comedy gold.
I'm here, Lily!
More! Go!
Okay.
Okay, no, that makes her happy, but he feels like he's making fun of him.
Yeah, blueberry.
What do lawyers and sperm have in common?
Oh, it's just...
3 million... No, wait. 1 in 3 million have a chance
of becoming a human being. Love that one.
Oh. You know, now I'm really interested in why she left, because I don't think it was because of his problem.
Well, that went well, don't you think? I don't know what you're worried about. Jimmy's great.
Yeah. No, he's... Yeah.
I don't like that it's like
So
so
let's go down
cold.
tomorrow.
What do you call 25 attorneys buried up to their chins in cement? Not enough cement.
What? Oh.
Not the same
He's
thing.
not. Yeah, you can't do that.
He's not as
It's almost like Jimmy
social than his brother.
It's almost like Jimmy managed to make his wife more easygoing, more happy, more just energetic than he's ever been able to.
I don't know, for the
You know, it's weird.
usual living style. Maybe they madly love it. It's fun for them.
But you see,
I think that right now you just feel the competition because his brother was more funny than he was, and he was more at ease than his brother.
And you see just how detached and separated they are. There's nothing fun in their relationship from the looks of it, from what we've seen. Anyway,
I saw a bit of it when they were in the kitchen, though.
As crazy as it sounds, I think Jimmy was sort of jealous of his brother, and Chuck is jealous of Jimmy. As much as he thinks he's like a
It's me
screw
again.
up.
Look, I think I found something that could help get you out of there. Hey, 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. Here's how we're gonna handle this travesty of justice.
Wexler versus Hamlin, McGill. You want me to sue my own firm?
Hey, look at you. Okay, you're here at midnight in this glorified cell block busting your ass for what? It has nothing to do with your performance. You're being mistreated. Chuck is punishing you to get to me. This is extortion, pure and simple.
I told you this would happen, and now I'm paying the price. I should have known better. So now I'm keeping my head down, and I'm getting through this. And I'm most certainly not suing HHM.
Kim,
Even if I won, who would hire me? That would be career suicide.
Yeah.
all right. Then I quit Davis and Maine.
What does that accomplish?
It's the only way to get you out of Dutch.
My knight in shining armor, that is some sacrifice. Quitting a job that you've been trying to tank since day one.
That's not true.
I dig myself out of this hole. You do your job, Jimmy. Prove you can go 1 week, hell, 1 day without breaking the rules of the New Mexico Bar Association or pissing off your boss. And don't insult my intelligence by saying you are doing any of this for me.
I can understand why he wants to help her so much, especially if he feels it's his fault she's there.
Yeah, but
But
he's using it as an excuse for his own problem.
it's to make himself feel better.
Yeah.
Like Subaru 2.0.
Or Walter White doing for his family. We
When
don't know what I did
yeah.
wrong.
Hey,
Hey, I remember you mentioned your brother worked in Intel's legal department. I'm an attorney at Hamlin McGill. Would you happen to know if Intel is happy with their legal representation? That's flattering, but I'm seeing someone at the moment. So, you know what? Just call the main number and they'll find me.
He's trying to find another place to work.
No, she's trying to bring a new client or do something that will please Howard so she can get her old job back.
Yeah, she was. Well, congrats on landing the Honeywell contract. Huge amount of work. You too.
At least she doesn't give up.
Don't give up, honey.
I'm really pissed off that she's the one suffering for this.
I think one of the perks of being a great lawyer is because you're doing your job by being yourself,
And now he's just pretending.
by bringing your own personality to.
Your own passion pushes you forward.
That's right. You got your own style, and right now Jimmy doesn't have that. He needs to play by the book and even type by their own policies.
Don't stop. Keep trying.
I met you last year.
That's why I think she managed to go so high up. She really is determined.
All right, just get the call.
And you know, that's a huge difference. Look at how she's doing things. It doesn't work out, but she tries again and she keeps trying. Jimmy, when something doesn't work out, he does something unlawful. Yeah, he finds a shortcut.
Bifurcation to do something else, yeah.
Because he's expecting things to work right away almost.
Yeah, same result but not the same way of doing stuff.
And I think that's because he lacks the passion. He wants the results because he wants to do good and he wants to be seen as someone that can do good, but he lacks the motivation to go through all of that.
Maybe not the motivation, but I think that in his mind, why taking the long way when he can take a shortcut? Huh?
Thank you, Paige.
Sure
Me
hope
too.
it works for her.
Okay, bye.
Is it? I'm happy for her too. I just hope it works and she can get out of that hole.
That's not fair for the other employees who work in that hole, like you said.
She's deserved her place up there.
know.
She's
I'm
proved
not
hers.
saying
They need to do
contrary.
the same. When you start somewhere, you start low and then you go up.
There she is.
Hi.
Hi.
Paige, so good to see you.
You too. Kim, this is Kevin Wachtel, our CEO.
Kim Wexler. Great to meet you, Kevin.
And you? When I was 7 years old, my very first bank account was at Mesa Verde, if you can believe it.
I know, an important client.
Back when my dad ran the place.
Wow.
I think she's
So
scoring
we
a
have
few points with
presentation
him.
for you in our conference room, along with some snacks and a soy mocha latte with your name on it.
Oh, this one. She's a keeper.
Shall we?
Let's do
Oh,
it.
that's gonna help a lot. Let's see.
You go, girl!
Yep. Let's see the rewards.
Please.
You can have your old office back. Please say that.
I'll circle back with Paige, get the ball rolling, start talking strategy. Maybe put together a list of staff associates we can put on this.
I'll put Francis on that. You've got enough on your plate in doc review.
Yes!
No, not
What?
yes.
What?
He said you've got enough on your plate in doc review.
Oh, shit.
Sorry to burst your bubble. She brought you that client, man. She's... How pissed can you be?
What are we drinking too? Got a juicy one for you.
Mesa Verde.
On retainer.
Oh, even better.
And the person that brought you that
Congratulations. One of your golf course contests.
can't celebrate.
Kim Wexler brought them in.
Fourth-year associate snags $250,000 in billings. She's probably having a couple of drinks herself. She's out of the doghouse, I assume.
We'll see.
I sure hope he does give in and bring her back up.
For something that happened once?
I mean, it wasn't even her fault. Sort of.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know anyone was here. Just dropping off some sandpiper stuff.
You're in early?
More like late.
She's dead this late.
She's working hard to go back up.
She's gonna kill herself at her job.
The early bird gets the worm.
May I ask you a question?
Of course.
Do I have a future at this firm?
We have a lot in common, you and I. My brother left you holding the bag. If it makes you feel any better, you're not the first person to go out on a limb for him. I made the same mistake. Now Howard has. And he blames you. My dad, our dad, he was, well, the personification of good. I'm not sure he could even see sin in any form.
Okay.
He was born without the gene. He ran a little corner store in Cicero. Before that, he worked for a lot of people over the years, and his dream was to be his own boss. Put everything he had into that place. But Dad was not the world's greatest businessman, and eventually he ran into money troubles. I had a clerkship at the time, but I came home to help him get his books in order, set the ship straight. I discovered $14,000 was just gone. vanished over the years.
I think Jimmy stole it.
Turns out Jimmy had pilfered it in dribs and drabs. Just took it out of the till. My dad wouldn't hear it. Nope. Not his Jimmy. He ended up having to sell. 6 months later, he was dead. At the funeral, no one cried harder than Jimmy. My brother is not a bad person. He has a good heart. It's just... he can't help himself. And everyone's left picking up the pieces. I'll talk to Howard. Pour a little oil on troubled waters. You're being wasted down in Dock Review. Good job with Mesa Verde.
Because do you think he resents his brother because of that? Because I mean, he's painted this picture of Jimmy, and he never lets go of that picture ever since.
He totally does. If you had your father in such a glorious image in your mind...
Wait a sec.
Yep. Hector Salamanca.
Oh shit.
What can I get you?
Oh shit.
He really did a number on you.
Oh my god. I thought I was like, that's recent that he's in his wheelchair and in his state.
Sorry, I know you.
I apologize to you on behalf of my family.
Be careful.
Apology accepted.
He's still more dangerous than his nephew.
And you know what? The gun charge, that's 8 years is gone away, maybe 10. Aggravated assault, the gun, plus you got your wallet.
That's right.
I would like for you to tell the police that the gun was yours.
Would you? Then I'd be subject to the gun charge.
You're an ex-cop. They go easy on you.
So you're a psychic.
They even twist Tuco's ear, make him apologize.
Uh-huh.
And he serves for battery. Nothing else. And for your trouble, you take home $5,000.
He's a sneaky one. It's interesting to see him before Breaking Bad, but after the dawn,
was in his wheelchair.
I think he might have had a heart attack or something.
I think, maybe he did something.
He needs the money and he doesn't need the trouble. So you think he's gonna... no! You think he's gonna do it?
I don't know, because if he does something to help Tuco being out sooner, he puts Ignacio on his...
Yeah. And I mean, Tuco comes back out. Like, who says he's not gonna go after him after that? And we know Tuco stays in jail for quite a bit, actually. So, we say 8 to 10 years.
Well, you guys said that Better Call Saul is supposed to happen maybe like 6 years before Breaking Bad.
So I think he might do... He might actually
probably
do
did
it.
something to help, yeah.
Because, I mean, let's think about it. Like, we know Hector. We know what he's capable of. And,
oh, yeah.
I mean, this conversation was not making us believe that he was dangerous, but Mike is a good judge of character. If I was Mike and looking at this guy, the way he talks, like he's being nice and everything, but you understand that there's something deeper
You understand the thread behind the nice words.
Oh yeah, he's saying like, you do this or I'm gonna have to force you to do this.
Yeah, and he knew that he was...
He made his research.
A cop
oh yeah,
before.
he did his research.
So he knows about his daughter-in-law and he knows about his granddaughter.
Maybe, yep. And we know that there's not, I mean, family is really important for him, so he's not gonna just let it go if Mike doesn't want to do it. Yeah. As for Mike, like I said, he needs the money and I don't think he needs the trouble that Hector could bring. I'm not sure he's responsible for putting him in this wheelchair, because if he was, I'm pretty sure the family would have gone after him. So I think it's just a heart attack or something. Like he suffered a stroke and and now, I mean, he's living with the consequences. Or it's just like it happened in his old age, like he went through something. And I mean, it's...
Maybe.
I just thought it was like he had been in this state for longer, so it's surprising to see him still be there and okay. It makes for crazy...
Sometimes it struck you, I guess, if you can say it like that.
No, not really, no. But I'm actually happy because I never thought we would see him in this show. And I think it's cool that we get to see how he is now, because it's interesting to see him before the wheelchair and after Don Elazio. Elazio, yeah. Elazio? Anyway, no, wait.
Elazio.
The Don, just the Don. Because I think I'm mixing it up with someone from Westworld. So, Elazio...
Oh yeah,
probably. It's from Westworld. Probably. The Don, you know who I'm talking about, like the guy from Mexico. So it's interesting to see him right now, like in his old age, how he was handling business, because he's technically not, I think he's not in a business anymore. It's his nephew, it's the family that's taking the business, but he's still there, like he's the father figure, he's the old man that used to be in charge, and you know he's still got the respect of the family. True. And if something happens, he's taking care of it. To see him go after Mike, that's going to be intense. I don't know what he's going to do. I see Mike in a thumbnail for the next episode, so I know we will see him next episode, and I'm excited for this, but anyway.
What did you think about Rebecca, Chuck's wife?
I think, you know, when I see this, I feel like Chuck might have felt that Jimmy always has everything, you know, and people, he can make them fall for him, you know. He starts talking and people are listening and they find him funny, and I think he's jealous of the charisma that Jimmy has.
I'm still thinking about the joke about the lawyers. What's the difference between the lawyer and the Godfather? The lawyer makes you an offer that you can't understand.
That's great.
That
was funny. He made her laugh, and that's, you know, when you see Rebecca and Chuck, you don't see that. It's just formalities.
I saw a bit of that when they were cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, but it was formal. It was so formal. And after the supper, they're sitting on their bed, and it's like, it reminded me of Skylar and Walter at the beginning of season 1. Like, there's no passion. There's no jokes, there's no nothing. It's just, oh, what did you do at work? Oh, I did that and stuff. Chuck is not
the old routine.
Yeah, Chuck is not like Jimmy, but then you should not blame Jimmy for that. It's not because you're different that you're not great. And she's married to you, not to your brother. So I feel like I don't know, maybe he thinks Jimmy doesn't deserve to be redeemed. He doesn't deserve to make people happy or to be happy himself, because he never really, it's like he doesn't deserve it because he's rotten at the core almost. Like, it's almost like he doesn't want to give him a chance.
He said to Kim that Jimmy had a good heart, but he can just help himself by doing wrong things.
Yeah, but he never gave him a chance. Well, he did give him chances. That's not what I mean by that.
Well,
but
look at what's happening now. He's still doing it.
Yeah, but
it's not,
you know,
technically wrong.
He was... I mean, I understand the struggle of trying to help someone that you love, a family member, and after a while, that person still goes back to his old ways, and you keep on trying to help, and it doesn't change anything. One day, you're just gonna be tired of helping, and I understand that trust can be lost really easily, and if Jimmy has said several times before, I'm gonna change, and then he doesn't, well, Chuck is in his own right not to trust him to change and to do all that. But then after that, it's like, now he told us the story about his dad, and it's almost like he created that image of Jimmy, which, I mean, he did follow that image before, like he was sneaky, but it's almost like he painted that picture, and instead of, you know, trying to work on the problem, he just kept slapping him on the wrist and being like, you're not doing the right thing, you're not doing the right thing. So try to change, instead of being like, you have good qualities, let's work on that, and let's make sure that you don't need this rush, you don't need to go this way anymore, because, I mean, you're enough. Let's make sure that you think you are enough and you can do the right thing. But he never did that. It's always like, you're not right, you're wrong. He focuses on the negative, and then he keeps telling Jimmy, that's who you are, you're never gonna change. So then what do you think Jimmy hears? Well, all right, I'm not going to try to do the right thing because everyone thinks I'm going to do the bad thing. If that's how you see me and that's never going to change, well, why the hell should I try?
Yeah. You know what I was thinking when Chuck was speaking about Jimmy and his father and what Jimmy did to their father, like stealing $4,000, and just after that his father went sick and died.
He lost
He went sick, but he lost his business.
Yeah.
Do you think that his father worked all of his life to own and have, and he lost it and he died mostly like 6 months after that?
Yeah.
It reminds me
really
a bit
sad.
of our own family in a way, with a cousin and a grandfather.
Oh yeah, let's not go into that. Like it's not our business, but it's really sad. Seriously, I think it's not right to put the blame on Jimmy for that. He did steal money, but then you need to work on that issue. You need to make sure that you understand why he did it. Why did he need that money? Why? What was he doing with it? What was the point of doing that? And you focus on that problem and you clear it. You don't just say you. Basically, I mean, he was saying no one cried as much as Jimmy. The way he said it, it's almost like Jimmy was responsible for what happened to our dad. It's not true. He helped. I mean, he didn't make it easy, but I feel like maybe Chuck resents his brother for what happened, and he never let go of that, and that changed his opinion of his brother, and it still does. And you know, he's saying to Kim like, my brother has a good heart, but he's played with me. Now he's played with Howard. He's played with you. He's played with everyone, and he will keep on playing. It's like he's not
to pick up the pieces, basically.
Yeah, but the way he says it, everything is always Jimmy's fault, and I think it's really sad. Like, as much as I understand that it's difficult to trust someone that's played with your trust and that's just that has lied to you over and over again, I think it's really sad that it's come to this. And now, because of how they see him, they just don't want to give him any chances. And when he actually does something right, well, sadly, it's kind of like he dug his own grave. Now he's stuck in the hole and no one can see him when he does something good.
Alright.
I'm glad though that Kim worked her ass off to go back up. Like, it's not happening now, but at least Howard can maybe talk to Chuck and understand that she's deserved to go back up. Like, it wasn't.
You mean the reverse, right?
No, well, Chuck can talk to Howard, but Howard can talk to Chuck and understand that she deserves to go back up. Chuck has already understood that. He's gonna tell it to Howard. I just hope he listens. Especially since I don't really understand. Well, I understand why he's mad at her, but she doesn't deserve all this crap. Anyway. Alright, we're gonna move on because I'm getting pissed off. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it now, guys, don't forget to subscribe. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube.
Yes.
Which will be soon.
Very soon.
So see you then, guys.
Bye.